Hello, explorers! And I hope you guys had a very happy Cinco de Mayo, which was our song from Mexico last week. Are you guys ready to go to another country? I sure am, so follow me. Today we are going to be going to, we're going to be going to Germany. So let's take a look at where Germany is on our map. As always, we are represented by the little yellow star in North America, the United States of America. That's where we are. If we look across the Atlantic Ocean, we are in another continent, which is Europe, right? Just remember to go over those continents every so often. They're not going to go away. So you really should know what they are. Germany is a country in Europe. If you take a look at it, it's next to Poland and it's next to France. It is next to Italy. Let's see. I know I'm just kind of looking at where other countries are around it, but those are pretty much the ones that are touching it next to it. So this is all about Germany today. Now, Germany is a very, very beautiful country. Most of the European ones are, and they kind of have this rusticy feel to them, as you can see by these little cottages and these little houses. Just like everything else I've always said, this is just one part of it, okay? There are still big cities, there are still countrysides, just like this one. Okay, there's still farmland, there are castles, there are different places. Definitely a lot going on in Germany. So let's take a look at it. We already kind of know the flag, right? Because I just kind of showed it to you. So we have three colors in our flag, making this one, again, a very simple one to draw and color. Always start with your rectangular shape, right? We're going to have the black on the top, the red in the middle, and the yellow. I forgot to mention, but if you haven't taken out your passport journal by now, please get it out. If you don't have your passport journal, you can either print one up. One of my students is actually doing it almost like he's actually using like a painting program or a PowerPoint program to actually write on the slide, which is phenomenal. I love that. You can also just write it out, okay? When we write out things, we do remember them better. I also want to remind you, though, that it's not just these four boxes that matter. I am always asking you to write something you learned, okay, something you learned about Germany or from Germany, and to draw a picture. Now, some of you are really fantastic artists. I'm really enjoying a lot of your passport pages with your beautiful pictures, but definitely write down something that you've learned. And if you haven't learned anything through my presentation, which hopefully you have, you can always do a little bit of research on your own, okay? You can always go with YouTube, parents' permission, of course, okay? Or to Google, make sure that it's a good site, and you can do your own research about this country, okay? Find something that's interesting to you about it. Maybe you can find out, what famous foods they eat in Germany. Hint, hint, bratwurst and pretzels, sauerkraut. These are a couple of German foods that you could eat, right? You can kind of look at their language. What language do they speak? They speak German, right? Hello would be hallo. Goodbye is auf Wiedersehen. A lot of the European countries we actually mentioned and we talked about, the W is actually a V sound, so it's not auf Wiedersehen, it's auf Wiedersehen. Music is Musik, and peace is Frieden. Frieden. So these are all words in German. Actually, German is a very, very difficult language, and many people choose not to learn it over Spanish and Italian. Those are a little bit simpler to learn than German. German is a very harsh sounding language. Instruments, oh my gosh, one of my favorite instruments come from Germany. And no, I don't have this one in my classroom. This is a pretty big one. I wish I did. Maybe I'll look into getting one. But then I guess I would have to learn how to play it. This is the Alp horn, okay? Named mainly because it's played on the Alps, which is the Appalachian Mountains. There's also the violin and the accordion. A lot of German music has those instruments as well. But the Alp horn, take a look at the size of it, how it slopes down like you would be listening to it on the mountainside. Promise me that you'll go and you'll YouTube a couple of videos of the guys playing the Alp horns. Women and men play them. And you'll notice the lederhosen, that's the traditional German clothing that they are wearing. They're kind of almost like these suspenders. They have little hats with feathers in them. The gentlemen wear shorts with pulled up socks. This is a very traditional look for a German person to be playing. Again, not everyone in Germany is walking around looking like that, but if they were doing a festival or if they were doing something a little bit more formal, a little bit more traditional, they might be wearing these types of clothes. But definitely look on YouTube. I'm sorry I can't post that video to this presentation. I'm having a little bit of trouble with them allowing me to do that, so I'd rather you do that on your own. But look up Alphorn and you'll find 100 billion videos of them. And if you look up like Alphorn on the Appalachian Mountains, there are some really beautiful, beautiful songs that they're playing. So today we're going to be learning a song. It's called the German Clapping Dance. All right. Oh, and there are some more of my Alp horns. You can kind of see they're basically like well, they're horns, right? But you can kind of see how it's funneled at the very, very end. That's where the sound is coming out of. So imagine how much breath you would need to use for your sound to travel not only through the instrument, but out, right? You need a lot. So definitely listen to some of that. Okay, so for today we're going to learn a song called the German Clapping Dance. It's pretty simple, so simple that my husband is even gonna have to learn it. Because we're gonna actually need a partner for this one. If you don't have a partner, that's okay. Just like any of our other partner songs, if you don't have a partner, you can pretend you have a partner. Having a partner does work better, and it gives you the opportunity to teach it to somebody else as well. So if you have your mom or dad, whoever you're living with, a brother or sister, older or younger, it doesn't really matter. As long as you have somebody to do this with, that would be kind of cool. So the song goes kind of like this. Now here's a happy clapping dance that little German children really like to play. Find a partner first and then you say, will you dance along with me today? And when you have your partner, what I'd like you to do is I would like you to bow or curtsy to them, depending on, of course, what you feel like. So most traditionally, the gentlemen would put their hands over here, hand in front of the stomach, other hand behind their back, and they would bow. Okay, and traditionally a female or girl would curtsy. So you might put your arms out to your side, you would cross your foot behind your knee. I know you kind of can't see me doing that, but I would kind of put my foot back and I would curtsy kind of like that. Okay, so when I ask you for a partner, the first thing you should do is bow to them. If you don't feel comfortable curtsying, you can bow, and if you don't feel comfortable bowing, you can curtsy. Honestly, it's really up to you. A more neutral way is just to keep both hands by your sides and just kind of bow like that. That's okay too. Whatever you feel comfortable with, okay? So we find a partner first and then you say, will you dance along with me today? Then we'll clap our hands and slap our knees. It's as easy as can be. Won't you try it now with me and see? And now this is the fun part, okay? We're going to use our hands and we're going to slap them with our partner. Then you're going to slap them with your other partner. Then you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slap, then 1, 2, 3 together. And that move that I just did, you're going to do over and over and over again. So I'm going to call over here. This is Mr. Broski. I know Mr. Broski is thrilled about me using him as my volunteer. That's because my children are actually a little bit busy right now. So it's pretty easy. So watch. We're going to clap our hands. We're going to do opposite hands. So it's clap, and on our other hand is clap. And we're going to slap our knees 6 times like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're going to clap. Then we're going to clap. And then we're going to do another 3. 1, 2, 3 together. Okay? And that is the routine that we're going to do again and again. So again, this is kind of hard to do if you don't have a partner. Now at the very, very end of the song, it's going to go, and that's our happy clapping dance that little German children really like to play. Shake your partner's hand and then you say, thank you for the dance we've had today. Then once more we'll clap our hands and slap our knees. It's easy as can be. Won't you do it one last time with me? And then we're going to go into that routine again. So we're going to opposite hands. So I'm starting with my right. He's starting with his right. So we're going to actually have a cross pattern. Then I'm going to cross other hand. Again, you're going to take your hands. It's going to be 6 first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Almost like you're giving a high five. High five. High five. 3. 1, 2, 3. Together. Okay? And at the very end of the song, just the same way you bowed or curtsied at the beginning, you're going to bow or curtsy again at the end. And again, this is just a nice way to say thank you. Thank you for choosing me as your partner. Thank you for dancing with me. It's kind of a nice little tradition. Okay, here we go. I'm going to play the music, and we're going to get started with this. Here we go.
Now here's a happy clapping dance that little German children really like to play. Find a partner first and then you say, will you dance along with me today? Then you clap your hands and slap your knees. It's as easy as can be. Won't you try it now with me and see?
So try to do this with your partner. High five, high five. Then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. High five, high five. 1, 2, 3 together. And again, high five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. High five, high five. 1, 2, 3 together. Good job. Take a tiny bit of a breather, and we're going to do this all over again. Right, left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, left. 1, 2, 3 together. Right, left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, left, and 1, 2, 3 together. Now you'll notice everything is with rhythm. I'm not going too fast. I'm not going too slow. I am matching the beat of the song. Together. Now we're going to turn back to me, and we are going to repeat that in a second because the second verse is so
And that's our happy clapping dance that little German children really like to play. Shake your partner's hands and then you say, thank you for the dance we've had today. And once more we'll clap our hands and slap our knees. It's easy as can be. Won't you do it one last time with me?
Face your partner one last time. Here we go. Right. Left. 6 times. And don't forget at the very end of the song to bow to your partners. Don't clunk on those heads. All right, good job, boys and girls. Give yourselves a big pat on the back. All right, boys and girls, I hope you had a good time learning a little bit about Germany today and doing our German clapping dance. For this week, your homework is once again to make sure that you fill out your journal page. I told you before, if you have it, great. If you don't, you can either print it out, write your own. Just don't forget the what you learned about this country and the drawing of something you learned. If you're missing any of the countries that we have done, everything is on my website at www.mrsbrosky.weebly.com. Just make sure that you're looking under the 3rd grade tab, of course. For homework, just make sure that you send a picture of either your journal page or a video of you trying your German clapping dance to my email address, which is abrosky@schools.nyc.gov. Make sure you send it in to me by May 18th so I can give you credit for the week. Boys and girls, have a fantastic week, and thank you so much for joining me. Bye.